Okay, Nick, let's take a look at just the month-over-month change for the unemployment rate. What did we see going from December 2014 to January 2015?
Well, there's a big improvement in the unemployment rate in January. The unemployment rate fell from 6.7% in December down to 6.3% in January.
So when we take a look at the long-term trend here, especially over 2014, what really stands out to you, especially job growth-wise?
Well, job growth in January continued at a strong rate. We added 7,600 jobs during January.
Okay.
Yeah. Over the last year, well, that follows a year of really strong job growth. Over the last year, we've added 55,600 jobs, so this is a continuation of that trend.
And when we look at that as far as Oregon historically, how does that kind of rank for us?
Well, the job growth is about as fast as it was in 2006, so we're seeing pre-recession levels of job growth now.
So are there any particular drivers, industries that are kind of pushing this heavy job growth in Oregon?
Some of the big sectors are adding a lot of jobs, and they've been doing so over the last year. They did so again in January. Professional and business services added 3,200 jobs. Manufacturing added 2,200 jobs. Retail trade also added 2,200 jobs, and construction added 1,400 jobs in January.
So it sounds like what you're saying is job growth seems like it's pretty much across the board. Are there still some industries that are struggling a little bit?
There aren't really any major sectors that are struggling right now, and that's why we're seeing such strong overall job growth. Earlier in the recovery, we'd see some areas of growth, but some areas lagging. Really, all the major sectors are adding jobs right now.
So as a job seeker right now, it sounds like the opportunities are a little bit better for full-time work right now.
That's right. It's never been an easier time for job seekers to find a job right now since the recession ended.
When we look at the our U6 rate that you've talked about for a number of months now, what's that picture look like? Is it improving any?
So the U6 rate is a measure of labor underutilization that includes the official definition of unemployed, but it also includes marginally attached and discouraged workers, and it includes workers who are working part-time for economic reasons because there aren't enough hours in their job. And we're seeing an improvement in the U6 also. It's falling along with the unemployment rate. We're also seeing fewer people who are only getting part-time hours at their job.
Now, give me a sense of the picture here with private sector versus government jobs and where we've seen the growth there. What does that look like right now?
Both are growing fast. Private sector job growth grew at 3.5% over the last year. The government sector is growing a little slower, but both areas are adding jobs.
So give me some sort of a sense here when we talk about 3.3% job growth or 3.5% job growth. What does that mean for Oregon? How does that historically stack up?
It means we're adding jobs much faster than we have early on in the recession, early on in the recovery. We're adding jobs at about the same rate as we did in the mid-2000s. Not quite as fast as we were adding jobs during the 1990s, but that was quite a bit different situation than we're in today.